G'day, welcome to the Join a Team demo. Now we're going to go pretty quickly through this so that we can cover most of the features, so make sure you log into the sandbox demo version online so that you can try things out for yourself. So we're going to go to Join a Team in our web browser, and this is how all users access the system. Of course, this will be branded to your organization. This is just the demo version. Now, a new applicant is going to tick this box and they'll put in their own email address to create an account. And so once that's done, they come to the choice of team. Now, this no preference team is if you want to have a generic team for anyone to apply to that you can then allocate them. But generally, people will pick a specific team. They join that and we're into the form. Now, as it says here, if the user doesn't want to keep going, they can just click log out. All of this is actually saved as they go, as soon as they click next. So we're just going to fill in this form now. Now, if I don't fill in the emergency contact 2 here, you'll see I don't get a tick. All the other pages I've had a tick, so I actually need to go back. It's still, everything else is saved, but I do need to complete that part for it to get the tick. And now we've got the tick there. Now, at any point, like we said, you can log out. So say this information the applicant doesn't have, then I can just log out there, and that's all saved, that's all fine, and I'm in the team list now as an incomplete form. And I'll actually get an email every 2 weeks or whatever it's set in the system reminding me that I need to log back in. So I can just come back at any time and log in with the password that I created before. And then I'll actually just jump straight back to where I was to continue filling out from where I'm up to. Now here I've actually put in a Medicare card number that's nowhere near long enough, so when I click the save, it actually comes up saying that this is not valid. So it saved everything else again, but it won't let me, it won't accept that number until it's the correct 10 digits long, which is what the criteria has been set as. Now this is the team specific page, so these are questions that have been set by the director of this team. You can actually have anything here. So this would be a good spot for things, specific extra things that need to be known about a person or about the way that they want to be involved in a program. And that's sent through to their directors. And then we just need to do the final agreements here. Now this text, this can link through to other documents, whatever agreements need to be done before joining the organization. And now we've got that this form is complete. Once it's done, maybe this person, maybe I have a family member that I want to have on the same form essentially. So what I can just do there is create them, add them in, make an application to this team. Now that's incomplete, so we can click there to go in and complete it. Most of this is already filled out, but of course some things are going to be specific to the person, so they need to be put in. But most of it is just a matter of clicking through, confirming that all those things are right, and you see that we get the ticks there. So lots of things that are exempt. We need to sign the form, give a tetanus injection date as well, etc. Now I'm going to log out from there. It's asking me this because I haven't actually saved that data, but I'm just going to leave anyway. And I'll log in as a director. So this is someone who's been given director privileges for that team. You can see here that they've got the team list. So this is all the people on the team. And there's different views of this. So the child safe tab shows child safe information, all different ones. Under application, we can see what stage all the different application forms are at. And I might even just choose to look at incomplete forms only. And of course, there's James, the family member that we made before. And it tells us that there's 10 fields still incomplete. We can see what those are specifically. And that emailed reminders are being sent. The next one is going to be sent on that date. We can flick through all of those on our list as well. Julie Yap, that one is complete. And we can see all of the information that's been put into the form all in one spot there. Now there's one thing down here in particular is the change log. So this has got all of the history there, all the things that have been added or changed, and whose login it's been done by, whether it's the person themselves or their director. And here's the magic box. When we tick this one and save it, this applicant has been approved by the director. They'll get an email saying they've got access now to team lists and that sort of thing. And so they can now log in and see more information. If we go back to the team list, we can see that there's a custom page. So this is for all of our own team-specific questions. There's the pet one, and we can see it not only in that table view, but also by response. So you'll see a few names appear there twice. That's because they've ticked multiple options in our multi-option question there. And we can download that as a PDF, as with most lists. So we can easily print that or email it off or do whatever we need to. Under the internal one, we can make some more fields here, which the applicant never sees. So here we've used it for whether fees have been paid. So we can actually just double click and really easily track that sort of thing. And so that's all saved now. There's also an Everything tab where we can download all information into Excel to do whatever we need to with it. Under Team Settings, there's the team-specific questions. Now, for all of these questions which we can create, we can set them whether they're on the application form, whether they're just internal, or whether they're going to be accessible by core and admin people on our team. A few other options, that's all detailed down at the bottom of that page. We can also set some information on our team page, which is only for those who have been approved on our team. We can customize the welcome email and the reminder email, which are sent to applicants. Under permission settings, we can choose how much access the different team roles get. So here, if we look at cook, a cook is level 2, so they can see all of the information listed here. And we've ticked that they can also see dietary requirements. So what I'm going to do now is head into the team list to manage, and I'm going to make Julie, our new person, a cook and save that. So Julie will now have cook access. Some more director tools. We can look at statistics here of the team. We can do referee calls. So here's someone that we need to do a referee call. We can make some notes and we can say, yep, that person is clear, and then they're gone from the list, which is always a good thing. We can email the team in various ways. So we might just decide to email the admin and cook people, and only those with an approved form. And then it can be an email with using the to field or the BCC, and we click there and it will open up in Outlook or Gmail or whatever we use for emails. If we come up to the Contacts tab, under Miscellaneous Team Contacts, we can actually put in other contacts. These aren't people on the team, but other contacts that we want to have in the system. And so they can have phone numbers, email addresses, and if there's an address there, then there's an automatic link through to show it on Google Maps as well. We can have notes about people. All those in a category can be emailed just from that one link there. And you'll see as well that this list is visible to access level 15 and above. So that means directors only, but this list is accessible to anyone on the team with level 1 or above, and we can make it that they can edit or just view as well. We can create our own contacts. We can change the categories, all of that for our team. And of course, as with everything, that can be downloaded as a PDF to print and take with us to where we're doing a program. Now I'm going to log back in as Julie now that she's been given access as a cook, and you'll notice that she's now got a team list tab. And in there we can see some basic information about everyone, of course not their whole form, but special access here to the dietary requirements. So there's all of the dietary requirements, and again as a PDF, which shows the number of people on the team and it highlights those with special requirements. Under Contacts, Julie can also see the director of her team and the main admin and whichever lists have been granted there. Anyone can change their password, just put in the old one and a new one. And the help page shows a whole lot of frequently asked questions. Now this is actually customized to your access level, so different information is shown to different users here. Finally, let's look at the admin, which is the top level for access. And this covers all the teams. So this is a system administrator. You can have as many as you'd like, but normally it would only be a handful. We've also got the team list here, but we can look at the team list for any team and do all of those director actions there. The real special tab though is the Systems Admin. So we've got notifications here, some different things that have happened. Now I know that that one's been dealt with, but this one has not yet. So it's a central place to keep them all happening. We can create teams, rename, or even make inactive, which means that they're still in the system, but no new people can join that team. It's just as it is. So normally applications would have a closing date, and then you would set that to inactive. You can change the year so that the team list is refreshed to empty, but people can still look back on their previous years. So this needs to be incremented at whatever time each year. Under the volunteers page, we can see everyone in the system, the whole database. So if I just search for part of a name there, we'll see all the people that match that. Might hide the previous year applications as well. Now I can look at this in approvals mode and actually make someone a director of a team or a super user. That's the systems admin level. If I tick phantom, this makes someone disappear from team lists, but they still have access. So there's a few little situations where you might want to use that, but generally you wouldn't. Under team reallocation, we can take someone off a team, change their team, or start a new application to a new team, or perhaps in the new year to get their application in, and that means they start getting the automatic reminder emails and we don't have to keep following them up. And under system access, we can see here that Joanna and Robert are both family members of Harry, so only Harry has a login here, and we can see when that account was last used that it was logged out, and that he's got a temporary password, so he's probably forgotten his password and had to reset it using his date of birth. Under roles, we can choose here, we might want to email, let's say, we'll take all those teams out and email all the SUFMs, so we could just pick the treasurers. So this link will email all the treasurers of SUFMs, this all the core teams, and we can email entire teams here with these links as well. Awaiting approval, we can see someone, here's Julie, we can see director approved, we can check this information, confirm that it's all still valid, and approve her so she's out of the list there. Under churches, now this doesn't need to be churches, it could be any other organisation that people belong to, of course. We can approve this church which was added, which means it'll then appear in the auto suggest for others, or we can actually, because I know that this church is the same as number 7, I'm going to merge it into there so they'll appear as the same thing. Under settings, we can choose how often those reminder emails are sent, so that's every 2 weeks at the moment. There's some statistics here, church membership. We can do the denominations view there. We might want to take out all the Theos. We'll take them out, and then that's just for the remaining teams, or we pick specific teams there. And under logs, we can see all of the different emails that have been sent out automatically, because they won't be in your email inbox. We can see the subject line when they were sent, who they were sent to, and that sort of thing. So that's a quick overview of the system. Be sure to try it out and contact us if you've got any more questions or you'd like to try it out for your organisation. Thanks for watching.